Hey, collective. My name's Emily. I am a paranoid schizophrenic, unmedicated, and I have two other channels that show the onset of it, the delusions that I was having, and what I went through. I have just currently come back to reality because my mother died. Come here, sweetheart. I haven't seen her in 11 months because I thought she was trying to kill me. I thought that the Catholic Church was out to kill me. I thought, this is true, I mean it. I thought the government was after me. Have you ever watched A Beautiful Mind? That movie? That's what I was experiencing. And the second channel displays more of me coming back to reality. Because I processed through a lot of the trauma that created the break. I was victimized at my job. I worked for DCNR state parks. I was sexually assaulted in a closet by a supervisor that never should have been a supervisor because he was the least qualified. There were illegal acts that took place. They charged me because I had a break from, I'll tell you in a second, more abuse. Because I won that lawsuit. I won a large sum of money. But I didn't quit my job. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong except tell. I told the man that was supposed to get the job what they were doing. That it wasn't fair. And I was just trying to even out the playing field. I never told on the regional manager for what he did. I tried once in mediation and the judge kept shutting me down. So, you know how it goes. There's all this scratching of people's backs. And they ended up charging me with 9 crimes. So they could fire me. They used the man that I had been dating previously, my partner, and a woman that I thought was my best friend. She hated me. I didn't know. And when I snapped at work, because my partner, my best friend, said that I said I was going to shoot the manager, the park manager. I never said that. I would never say anything like that. That's so opposite of who I am. I was so hurt. They lied about all of it. And I spent my own money, my own time, and I went to a polygraph expert in Philadelphia. I picked out somebody very reputable. She videotaped the whole thing. It was about 3 hours long. She tested me on 3 questions. Obviously, she asked me a lot of questions while I was hooked up. And you can tell when you're lying. I definitely I'm not a liar, so I go off the charts when I lie. Okay. So I passed. Of course I did. I never did any of the things that they said. But I did snap. I was having a hard time. I was under a lot of abuse from what they were doing to me there. They were being dicks. And I was having such a rough time at home. I was taking care of 2 old people who were dying. The one I loved more than life itself. I didn't even get to say goodbye. She left this world thinking that I was upset with her. And that I didn't think she was my mama. Because I was deceived by the devil. Regret. It's a horrible thing. Anyway, let me keep going. I didn't know it, but my boyfriend was dating the woman that hated me, that was acting like she was my best friend. And when they lied about me, and they made things up about me, and they tried to get me to, like, do things so that I would commit a crime. They're committing crimes, trying to get me to commit a crime. And nobody protected me. In fact, I knew I wasn't well. I told them. I did. I had HR come over to my state park with a regional manager. And they wanted me to be checked, you know, so that I could come back to work. And they withdrew the charges, just by the way. I proved it wasn't me that did those things. And I said, you know, I'm going to take some time off. I'm not coming back right away. Like, give me a little bit. Give me a month or so. And then I'll get it filled out, you know. And they said, that's fine. And, I told them that I was concerned that the sexual assault that happened to me in the closet was because of Frank and Jesse. And they said they were concerned too. Like 6 weeks later, you know, she's asking me for that paper, you know, and I have been waiting for an investigation to begin. I'm waiting for Harrisburg to call me. A crime was committed against me. They lied on state affidavits. They swear to that under perjury. They lied. My polygraph proves it. Everything was taped. Even the investigation. And the investigator wasn't investigating. She had already decided I was guilty before I took the polygraph. And she was adding in aggressive language. And I said, hold up. You're adding in language that was never used, and you're making this bigger than what it is. You're supposed to be impartial, and you're reprimanding me. You've already made up your mind. And I asked for a new investigator. And then they withdrew the charges. Anyway, I quit. I took a piece of paper, like it was ripped. You could tell I was having a mental health moment. And I wrote, like, I don't even know what I wrote. I didn't get to even the date. I wasn't even in the right month. But they accepted it quite. Oh, they wanted me gone, buddy. I tell you that. And then I waited another like 4 weeks or 6 weeks. And I wrote a letter to my state park. To 2 of the managers, the one manager and the supervisor. Telling them I wanted an investigation and why. And that I had proof. And nobody would answer me. I made them sign for it too, so I know they got it because Frank signed for it. I have proof. Anyway, there was never an investigation. So I already felt like they were after me. I know things about that regional manager that would get him fired. Absolutely. They don't want it out. And I snapped it home. And I'm now paranoid schizophrenic. And they don't feel like they've wronged me in any kind of way. Because I'm just a delusional, psychotic, whatever, on a YouTube channel being delirious. Shouldn't you have tried to help me? Wasn't that your duty? I kept reaching out to the park. Nobody would answer me. Finally, the manager sent one message or email, I can't remember, and it said, "I'm not allowed to talk to you during an investigation." And I thought, oh good, there's an investigation. Nobody ever called me. You can't have an investigation without the complaining party. They can't say they don't know how to get a hold of me. They trespassed me from the park over one of my videos instead of getting me help. They knew I was delusional, but they felt they were responsible, and they are. That was more important to cover somebody's job than to help a distraught, sick person that they created. My mom died. I didn't get to say goodbye to her. I thought she was gonna kill me. And it's all because of you pricks. You'll get what's coming to you. I promise you. I'm making these videos because if anybody else is suffering, from trying to figure out what reality really is, because you have facts that coincide with a different thought process. And then you hear things, see things that just add right into the storyline that are believable. It's a movie, but it's believable. That's what's scary about it. And I don't want anybody else to lose the most important person in their life. And I feel so awful inside. Shame says, I'm bad. Guilt says, what I did was bad. I feel shameful. However, my understanding isn't God's, and I've read Job. Maybe I needed to eat shit. I don't know. Be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But we're going to try to get them. I think my email is out there, and if you can get a hold of me, I ask you to. I'll help you if I can.